Jack Beckman's championship chase for Force begins. 5 years ago, Jack Beckman defeated John Force in the final round of Funny Car at Maple Grove Raceway. This year, in a wild and surreal turn of events, Beckman is driving Force's Peak Chevrolet Funny Car and claiming points on behalf of the 16-time world champion. Two-time world champion Beckman has been in the spotlight for the last 2 races after taking over driving duties for Force, who was sidelined after a significant crash earlier this season that resulted in a traumatic brain injury, TBI. Force was number 2 in the Funny Car standings when the incident occurred, and for 3 races, his car was out of the competition. Just before Brainerd, though, Beckman was tapped to drive the car and finish what Force started, a quest for a 17th world title. The points that Beckman earns count in Force's column until the end of the season. Following a quarter-final performance in his Brainerd debut with John Force Racing and a journey to the semi-finals at the Toyota NHRA US Nationals, Beckman is ready to get to work in the NHRA Mission Foods Drag Racing Series countdown to the championship. "Now that I've knocked the rust off, it's time for the countdown," said Southern California native Beckman. "And we're less than 4 rounds out of first place with a car and a team capable of winning every race." Force's Peak Chevrolet was one of the best in the class and had been on a tear before the wreck at the Play NHRA Virginia Nationals in Richmond. Force had racked up a pair of wins in 3 final rounds to bring his win tally to 155, a low qualifier award in Charlotte, the 167th of his long and storied career, and round wins at all but 1 race. It began as a season of resurgence, and one that proved he was still plenty primed to win races and championships, despite the birth year on his tech card and any hints at thoughts of retirement. It's impossible to know, but had the crash in Virginia not been a factor, Force would likely have remained in the thick of things with a true shot at a 17th title. With these facts in mind, Beckman has taken his position quite seriously and hasn't actually shown much evidence of rust needing knocked off. There's a lesson in every pass, and we're taking all of that forward. The truth is, we've got such a strong Chevy, and it's making consistent runs, lap after lap. "We're gathering invaluable data every run down the racetrack," said Beckman after the US Nationals, where he scooped up plentiful qualifying points and clocked low elapsed time in the first and second rounds in the Dan Hood/Chris Cunningham/Tim Fabrici prepared Peak Camaro. Entering the event at Maple Grove Raceway, Beckman stands as one of 4 funny car drivers with 3 wins there. The only funny car racer with more victories at the Grove is Force, who has earned 7 trophies there. Beckman would very much like to hand him an 8th Pep Boys NHRA Nationals trophy at the conclusion of the weekend. "I can't wait to get my first win for John, Peak, and Chevrolet," Beckman beamed. "We're going to be a real threat in the countdown. We're just getting started, and this car is going to be killer in the playoffs."